And the crux of Rabbi Hirschfield's book, You Don't Have to Be Wrong.
So Rabbi Hirschfield's book.
Oh my gosh, stop it. I don't even know. I haven't figured it out yet. Hey everybody, today's been such an action-packed day that I'm doing kind of my summary of the day at night after the day has mostly happened, which now I know everything that happened. What you see behind me is a bonfire off in the distance. I'm going to go join here in a minute. This is kind of, I don't know if it's a closing thing, but there's like s'mores and stuff. And we're all gathering around the bonfire for a kumsitz, which is a Yiddish for come sit. That's where people just get together, sit, hang out, maybe refreshments, definitely s'mores. And cover the fire. Oh, put the fire out, put the fire out. Oh, look, no more fire. Oh, there it is. Just like Shabbos candles.
Who are you? What do you do?
I am Rabbi Ben Newman. I am a father. I am a rabbi in Dobbs Ferry, New York, and I'm starting a startup synagogue, or maybe not synagogue, Jewish spiritual community, I might want to call it, called Shtibel. It's a alternative model of Jewish community. I call it a new paradigm Jewish community.
So what are you doing here?
I'm connecting to all you guys, making new friends and connections to a bunch of really cool, innovative rabbis, marinating in all of your ideas and all of your energy. And my hope is that I will get some much needed energy and ideas for the task that I'm trying to accomplish, which is building a spiritual community.
How did you find out about this?
Well, I've known about it for years. My wife has been involved with...
It feels like that everyone.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I've been involved with Klal and Erwin for a long time. And when I was just beginning creating Shtibel back in, I think it was November, I met with Erwin, and he said, you really should think about doing Rabbis Without Borders, become part of the ecosystem, he said. And so I guess that's why I'm here, to be part of the ecosystem.
I feel like a toad now, or like some sort of higher moss.
Right, no, I've secretly labeled each one of you as different parts of the ecosystem.
What totally exactly met your expectations? And then what surprised you the most?
Erwin's talk, the things he talked about, I expected him to talk about those things, and he did talk about those things. And I've heard him talk about it before, and so that sort of met my expectations. What surprised me was the amazing diversity of all of the rabbis who are here, and how each one of us has a very unique rabbinate, a very unique talent, but yet we're all sort of amazing rabbis without borders, or rabbis with lots of talents.
What does that without borders thing mean?
I'm not really sure, actually. I used to say, it's funny, Rebecca made this joke earlier. I used to say to my wife, Rabbis Without Borders, you guys are rabbis without boundaries, So Rabbis Without Borders, in my view, it means rabbis who are not afraid to think outside the box, who are willing to try innovative, different sorts of things and approaches to build spiritual community.
Now, what do you think you're going to put to use right away?
Well, I already put one thing to use right away. When we were doing the technology piece, my Facebook page has an image that is not people. So as she was talking, and she told us to she highly recommended that we put images of people. I took down the images of my logo, which are on my Facebook page for my community, and I put up images of people. So I've already... That's
where it's like, some of you have Facebook pages that are totally embarrassing, and you're like...
Better change that now!
Control-Alt-Delete.
Exactly.
That's fantastic. Exactly. So you're already putting it together.
Already putting it to use.
If we had a Rabbis Without Borders football team, what would be our mascot?
You mean Cohort 8's mascot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we could totally kick Cohort 7's butt.
We totally could.
I'm calling you out, Cohort 7. So we're going to beat Cohort 7.
We're totally going to... The fighting giraffes.
The fighting giraffes.
Yeah.
Vision to see over that border wall.
Far distances.
Very difficult to check.
There's a great poem in Hakeves Hashishasar, which is this Israeli children's music album. It's a poem all about a giraffe and how he can see everything that's coming down the road. So. The fighting giraffes.
Yeah, that actually sounds
Go
pretty
giraffes.
appropriate.
What I haven't talked a lot about is the food of the Pearlstone Retreat Center. Tonight we're actually having an animal. For the most part it's been vegetarian, which I know checks a lot of boxes and avoids a lot of traps. But I'm grateful for the salmon here and General Tso's sauce. My one complaint is these sesame noodles are cold and the coleslaw tastes like Chinese food. But soldier on, you know, beats working for a living. Not only is the food fantastic, but these meal times have been a great way to get to know people when we're not just doing text study and boundary redefining, that sort of thing. Today has been a pretty profoundly challenging day. It's been a very moving day in the kinds of things that we've done. The first day we broke the ice. The second day we really defined the need for sharing our Torah with the world, defined who we want to share our Torah with and what our Torah is that we need to share, and learn some tools about social media and things like that to reach the people that we need to reach. All important stuff, practical stuff. Today was a little bit harder. Today we had conversations about plurality and what that means.
I gotta think of a good wish. This feels like a lot of pressure, you know? Yay!
This is a key component to the Rabbis Without Borders experiment, and the crux of Rabbi Hirschfield's book, You Don't Have to Be Wrong.
So Rabbi Hirschfield's book.
Oh my gosh,
Seriously.
stop it. I don't even know. I haven't figured it out yet. The idea is that I can hold on to my beliefs, and that doesn't invalidate your beliefs. And it actually means that we have to recognize the partial truth in whatever it is that we most vehemently disagree with.
If they really constitute that kind of threat, then we go to war and kill them. But if it's not worth going to war and killing them, we might want to look for ways to let them be them and still achieve, for them to experience what they need to experience if they're going to come with us.
And we actually did a really difficult, challenging, in many ways, exercise of picking a topic that we feel most passionately about and then defending the opposite point of view, which I wish I'd known when I picked the topic or joined the topic of institutional racism, because then I had to actually defend a point of view that I had assumed was coming from the place of institutionalized racism. And it was hard. And it was hard to do. It was hard for people to hear. But everybody did different things like preserving the environment, women's rights vis-a-vis healthcare, really critical topics that people feel profoundly, strongly about. And then people were challenged to defend the opposite point of view, because that's the point of plurality, is not to necessarily agree with the person sitting across the table from you, but fully embracing how important their argument is to them. And I'm not going to lie to you, people were like messed up by this. I was messed up by this. I had to sit outside for a while in a rocking chair. I do love my rocking chairs, and process this with people, like what it means to defend that which most strongly offends you, in order to understand that the opposite point of view is as valid to that person as yours is to you, and that's how you have to walk in the world as a Rabbi Without Borders. Throughout this whole week, we've been trying to define what that means, and I think this is as close as we got. So all the more so, we needed the cathartic experience of a talent show that I had the privilege of emceeing earlier tonight, and it was a lot of fun. And after people had a very tense afternoon, and some people were angry at each other, didn't want to look each other in the eye after that, then we had the experience of people sharing their gifts, sharing their songs, their stories, their jokes.
So I'm not from Manchester, and no one I'm related to is from Manchester. But nevertheless, in tribute to the people of Manchester, I will try and do this in a Mancunian accent. So it's called This Is the Place by Tony Walsh. This is the place. In the northwest of England, it's the ace, it's the best. And the songs that we sing from the stands, from our bands, set the whole planet shaking. Because this is a place that's been through some hard times. Depressions, recessions, depressions and dark times. But we keep fighting back with Greater Manchester spirit. Northern grit, northern wit and Greater Manchester's lyrics. in these hard times again, in these streets of our city. But we won't take defeat, don't want your pity, because this is a place where we stand strong together with a smile on our face, Greater Manchester forever.
Empower them to love their bodies, to empower them to use their bodies and understand how to have better experiences as women going through the life cycle. So, we have fun music like this. Everyone, let's all stand up and get ready. Just clap to the rhythm. And everyone come and make a circle again.
Now all these folks are singing by a campfire, and I'm going to go join them, and why don't you join me?